Today, we got to talk about the utter foolishness that is going on in movie theaters all around the world, but especially here in the United States, man. It's getting out of hand. World.
What parent brings a baby to the back rooms?
Crazy.
What kind of sicko does that? Huh? Who was laughing in the back rooms? Theater? Who decides to take a phone call in the back room? Who does that?
All right, friend, there are way too many good movies coming out in 2026 for people to be coming up into the theater and acting like they have no damn sense. So let's talk about some theater etiquette. For one, stay off your damn phone, okay? If
Right.
it's that important, walk out of the theater and go talk to that person or scroll TikTok. I cannot stand people sitting in their chairs scrolling on TikTok. Why are you in the movie? Like, for what? For why? Why are you in the movie if you're scrolling on TikTok or whatever you're scrolling? Like, there's no point. Go, leave, bye. We don't need you. Second of all, why are we having full conversations in the movie theater? Like, I get it, like a little reaction, like a little three-word sentence, like kind of thing. Like, I get that. But why are we having a kumbaya moment in the middle of the theater? You can do the same thing that people are doing with the phones and walk on out because, my gosh, there are restaurants surrounding the theater and you
Right.
decided to walk in the theater to have a full-blown conversation about your baby mama? No!
Not the baby mama combo.
Immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Normalize shutting the fuck up at the movie theater. Because I just had to leave the movie theater early because the yapping, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. And unfortunately, this is not the first time I've had to leave a movie early because people kept on talking over the movie.
Right.
Look, I am no mini Karen in the making, but I get a little violent. I get a little angry when I'm watching a movie at the movie theater and people keep on yapping, specifically when the actors are talking. I went to go and see Maxine today. Wasn't able to go to my normal movie theater, but I decided to go to the Warehouse. Something told me before I left the house that I should go to Alamo Drafthouse, but I didn't want to because the Warehouse was closer and I didn't feel like driving an extra 30 minutes to go to Alamo Drafthouse. And clearly, I should have. I get to the theater and the row behind me had like a couple that was in their 40s with their kid who I believed he was in like his mid to late 20s. The point is they were all grown adults. The entire time, yap, bumping gums. And I am not afraid to shush people, and I did. I swear every 10 to 15 minutes, this was me. Shh. And it wasn't just me. It got so bad, by the time Mia Goth ran into the Psycho House, I had to grab my things and leave. But before I left, I did my civic duty and let the manager know. I got a refund and a free movie ticket. I do not care if you laugh during a movie. I do not care if you cry during a movie. I don't even care if you talk during some instances during a movie because there are some movies that require the audience to be interacting with the movie. But if it's not appropriate, shut up.
Right.
Like, if I wanted to watch a movie with the side of chatter, I would go sit at a bar somewhere. I would go to Beat-Ups or something and sit there, eat my chicken wings, and watch TV while people are talking all around me. If I really wanted that. But no, okay? I came to the movie to watch a movie. I came to the movie not to hear you talk about whatever you got going on. Even if these people were talking quietly, I would have not given a fuck. But it's the fact that you were talking on top of the characters was what was getting to me, okay? And I thugged it out for a good 40 minutes to an hour, and I just had to pick up my shit and leave. No, I don't know what COVID has done to you guys, but movie theater etiquette is literally like bottom of the barrel now.
I've never been so close to walking out of a movie theater than during my screening of Obsession. And that fact has nothing to do with the movie itself. The movie was great. It has everything to do with the complete and utter lack of movie theater etiquette that people have nowadays. The entire time I was watching the movie,
everywhere.
The row behind me and the two girls sitting directly next to me were basically commentating the film.
Wow.
They were making jokes. They were laughing as if the movie was a comedy. And they were just talking so loudly the entire time and not even bothering to whisper to each other. Like, I know I could have gotten an employee to come and tell them to shut up, but I'm not a confrontational person and I'd rather complain on the internet. It got so bad where at one point I was fully considering grabbing my bag and just leaving the theater to watch the movie another time because I could not handle how just blatantly disrespectful they were being to everybody around them. But I didn't leave because I was like, I shouldn't have to rearrange my plans just because these people have zero regard for everybody around them. And I usually wait for a movie to be out for at least like a month until going to see it so that I can avoid crowds like this. But I couldn't do that for Obsession because the movie is leaving most of the theaters in my area literally on Friday, so I had to watch it soon. But like, I don't want to be a snob, but
You not being a
non-true
snob.
moviegoers are quite possibly some of the worst people to exist. They're just, oh my god, this is such a non-issue, but their just blatant disregard for everyone around them is truly astounding. I was so angry that I was writing down my thoughts in my notes, and my hands were shaking in anger.
Wow.
And my brother was talking to me as we were walking to the car, and I literally had to try not to cry out of pure frustration because of the lack of decency these people have. They just got on my nerves so badly. And if I had a one-wish Willow, I would wish some terrible, awful things for them. Like, I know that's dramatic, but in the moment, I wanted to fight somebody, genuinely.
Yo, she a silent savage, man. Yo, she said if she could wish some harm on them, then she would. Yo, y'all better act right in the movie theater, man. You know, mess around and come across one of them witches to put a hex on you or something crazy, man. But nah, that's wild. But everything that she's saying is on point, man. When you go to the movies, you don't want to be dealing with all of that foolishness, man. People that are having full-on conversations, people got their phone out, just commentating a movie. Like, come on, man, go home and do that later, man. This ain't the place for you to be live streaming and recording and preparing for a YouTube video. And it's sad, you know, this woman right here, man, she's definitely a silent savage because I tell you, I think if she had a little bit of the girl before her's energy, like, yo, them people would be in for a world of hurt. But yo, this is only the tip of the iceberg, man. Let's get into this next clip.
I just got back from the theater. I just came back from seeing Final Destination. Worst theater experience of my adulthood so far. Are some of y'all cool? Do y'all need that? What's wrong with you niggas? First and foremost, reddest of red flags. I should have already knew what type of time it was on. Whole row was like 10 minutes late to the movie.
Wow.
That is demonic behavior. You do not care about yourself or the well-being of others. Me, my mom, my sister, smack dab in the middle of our row, right? Both parties to our left and our right, speaking at like full volume, commentating to each other about what's going on in the movie. The people to our left start talking about their plans now after the movie. Why loud enough for me to hear though? Why am I in your business? Why do I know what you eating at their house and who house you going to after? I should have showed up and aired that bitch out. That's what I should have did. Then my favorite, they start talking at the movie, like telling certain characters to do certain things, not to do certain things. Yup, don't go in there. Like, I knew that was gonna happen.
That gotta be black folks, man.
Are you for real? Are you being 100%?
Yeah, they heard.
serious?
They Brenda from Scary
men and
Movie.
Women acting like they in their fucking living room. Then the bitch phone gonna go off. And she started playing on that shit. Full brightness.
Wow.
Playing on her phone. I lie to you not. My sister leans over to me. She's like, goodbye. She just collects her shit and just walks into a random showing of Sinners in the next theater over. This has us hot. We have been complaining about this for hours. Wow. That's not endearing. That's not cute.
Yo, he had to stand up. He big man.
What? They lucky I'm the type to bitch about it on my TikTok instead of getting no.
That's you, bro.
I'm so mad. I genuinely hope that
so
people
mad he
did not
gotta
make
laugh.
it home. Like, I truly hope something terrible happened to them. They do not deserve to walk on the same plane.
Yo, y'all
as me.
better watch
just
out.
have
They putting
never
them
seen
things
that
on
before.
y'all.
I have grown women, grown men. Like, other people were noticing too. They were like, what? But like, no one said anything. That is the first and last time that I have ever gone to the movies at normal people times. I always get a matinee for this specific reason. This gotta be tied to COVID. Folks too used to watching at home. They don't know nothing else. That gotta be what it is. To them 4 people, to them 2 couples, if you talked through Final Destination Bloodlines at that 4:10 showing at a Cinemark, you know who you are. I am so petty. I really do hope something happened to y'all. I truly hope that y'all did not make it home to your children.
Whoa, that man wild. Yo, I can't believe he just ended it in that manner. That's crazy. Hold on one second. There we go. Let's bring him on the screen. He's ready to do harm to people because of their movie etiquette. Now, I'm all for the fact that people shouldn't be acting like that in a movie theater, but man, like, we got to stop at wishing harm and bodily injury to people. That's crazy. But it definitely was giving Brenda from Scary Movie vibes, for sure. Like, that is a perfect example in what he was describing. It definitely sounded like, you know, some melanated black folk just acting a donkey up in the movie theater. And this is my thing. I feel like a lot of people are just too entitled. Like, I think that's the main issue is a lot of people are so entitled. They know that they can go in, be disruptive, be ignorant, be belligerent, and most people are not going to say nothing. Usually the only type of people that say something are Karens or people that are also on that same type of time and they ready to squabble. And that's where you have all of these things where you get people fighting in theaters and doing all this crazy stuff. But the average person, we just like, can you just shut up? Like the other girl said, can you just shut the F up? All right, Janice. Let's get to this next clip.
Do we know what happened to public etiquette? Because I am fuming right now. I don't get mad easily, and I am literally boiling. Story time, I just
they got
left
her
the
hot.
movie theater. I went and saw Yumi and Tuscany with my two best friends, having a great time. Beginning of the movie was awesome. About 15 minutes into the movie, these 5 teenage girls show up, sitting right behind us. So late, they're trying to find their seats. They're speaking at literally normal volume, having full conversations while they're sitting down. And I'm like, okay, this has got to stop. It's going to be fine. No! These girls continue to have conversations the entire movie, not whispering. They're literally talking over each other. There's a girl on the end and the girl in the middle that are literally talking full volume. Songs are in the movie. There's literally singing like a Mario song in the movie. The girls in the back are literally singing full volume the entire Mario song. I am pissed.
It's funny, but it's not, though.
Like, do we go to security? Like, what do we do? Like, they were so annoying. I was fuming already. Just when you think it doesn't get worse, it does. They literally just keep talking. So I look back. I'm like, what the heck? The girl in the middle looks me dead in the eye.
Girl.
And she's like, can I help you?
Wow.
I say politely, can you please stop talking? What is her response? She looks me in the eye and she goes, no. And she points to the screen like I'm in preschool and she goes, wow, watch the movie. Like, are you kidding me?
That's
Are
that
you
entitlement.
kidding me? They're
I
like
told
not
y'all.
even able to drive. Like, we hear them having a full conversation about their mom needing to come pick them up. Like, they're 14 years old. Like, they're so disrespectful, so loud, so annoying. Everyone in the theater is getting irritated at this point, and I'm literally about to go get security. Thank God there was a man sitting behind me who literally stands up and he goes and looks at the girls and goes, can you please stop talking?
See?
Then
You gotta
listen to
have
the
somebody
man, and
assertive.
they're quiet from that point on. But that was literally towards the end of the movie.
See,
so
they
the
needed a
entire
man
majority
to
of
let
the
them
movie
know.
is
Be
them talking
quiet.
the entire time. It literally
Like
ruined the
Pops.
movie for me. It was horrible, and I'm pissed. So what happened to just going to the movies and sitting there and just being quiet and watching a movie? Like, if you want to talk, go talk outside of the movie theater. The movie theater is where it is our zen time. I'm so agitated.
Quiet time, baby.
Would
You
you
understand?
be mad? Please let me know. I'm fine. I'm just like, why would you first of all talk to another woman that way? So mean. The fact that I'm
You know
like,
they
can you
don't
be
care.
quiet? And she goes, no. Sorry, like, for interrupting. Go outside. I literally can't.
She ain't never been spanked as a child. That's
So
why.
that was my night. Hope everyone has a lovely evening.
Like I told y'all, it comes down to the fact that they act like that because they're entitled and they ain't never been spanked as a child. See, what we are reaping right now are the consequences of a generation that wanted to put children in timeout and that demonized parents for whooping their children. Like, that's what this is. Because if you ain't got your butt whooped, you already know that you better act right when you are around people and they are expecting quietness. They are expecting peace and quiet. And none of that back talk, especially to an adult. See, but when these kids don't get reprimanded, when they don't get whooped, they talking back to mama, daddy, and everybody out in the street until they run across somebody that they don't play that. And then they F around and they find out, right? Or they just need, in this case, an assertive man to let them know. Sit down, shut up. Not always a bad thing. Sit down, shut up is not a bad thing, especially in movie theaters. We definitely need you to sit down and shut up. But let's get to this next clip because it only gets worse from here, y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going over freaking movie theater etiquette because y'all don't know how to sit in the movies.
They don't.
First, you should not be in the movie theater like this. The whole movie. Nobody wants to hear that. Number 2, zip your lips.
It.
Quit talking the whole
Facts.
time. Number 3, please sit in your assigned seat, the one that you paid for. Why be an idiot and go sit in somebody else's seat and then they come up like, oh, why are you sitting in my seat, dummy? Why is your brightness on peak, bro?
OD
Turn it
brightness.
down. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be on your phone. And last but not least, if you got a cough, like, please get it out. But if you keep going and like, just get out. You don't belong.
Right.
Go clear it up and come back. because nobody wants to hear that the whole movie either. And if you're farting and all, bro, I'm speaking from experience. All of these, like, people are nasty in the movies.
I think the time has come where we need to have a serious conversation about
We
movie
do.
theater etiquette.
We
It's become
do.
blatantly obvious to me that so many of you either don't know how you should act while you are in a movie
They ain't got no
theater,
home
or
training. That's what it
you
is.
just don't give a shit.
Yep.
If it's the latter, I'm gonna need you to do better.
Facts.
Okay? Number one, there is no reason that you should be cackling
Cackling.
when you're watching a horror movie that is not meant to be funny. You are annoying other people.
Yeah.
2,
That's why I watch them at
you should
home.
not be sobbing, crying when you're watching something sad. Of
Like
course,
you at a
humans
funeral.
have emotions. If you feel sad and you need to cry, that's understandable. But you shouldn't be in a movie theater.
You can hear all
No
the
one
snivels.
wants to listen to that. Number 3, and most importantly, do not talk while you're watching a movie in a movie
Facts.
theater. If you want to talk while you're watching a movie, watch it at home.
Right.
We paid just as much as you paid to see this movie.
Yep.
We want to watch the movie and we want to hear the movie.
Yes.
I don't want to hear you.
Yo, that laugh.
And number 4, this has happened to me on more than a couple of occasions.
Yo, she funny.
When you purchase a ticket, you have to select your seat.
Yep, yo, assigned
Sit
seat.
in the fucking seat that you selected. I go in, and my seat that I selected is taken because you showed up with a group of 10 people and you can't all sit together because I have the 2 seats in the middle of the row. So you just decide, well, we can just sit here. They won't show up. Maybe they won't say anything. I'll tell you what.
She's
I
gonna say
haven't said
something.
anything. That ends today. Next time I go to the
See, you
movie
gotta start
theater
saying
and
something.
my seat is taken because you're with your 10 friends and y'all want to sit together, too fucking bad, baby. You're moving, or I'm gonna go get the manager. Just be normal in a movie theater. Just act like a normal human being. Okay?
Right.
Thank you.
Everything that we've seen in all of these clips is spot on. I know that movie theater etiquette, it's going down the drain. And I'll be honest, I haven't been to the movie theater in quite some time, but I used to be a huge, huge, huge movie buff. I would be in the movie theater every single weekend. It was one point I was so into movies that I got into the private club to be able to go to the pre-screenings before the movie even came out. Like, that's how big I was into the movies. And back then, people understood that you got to be quiet. You don't be talking. You definitely don't have your phone out. You put your ringer on silent. All that. I mean, even before the movie would come on, they would have like all of the little videos that would let you know, put the phone on quiet, be quiet. I started to see, they would even do like scenes where people doing all the crazy stuff that they've been talking about in these clips in the movie to let you know we don't behave like that here. And the one thing that I got to say is, because of this entitlement, because of what happened in 2020 and people getting so comfortable and thinking that they can take that home movie watching experience into the theater, and the fact that so many people are easily offended and passive and afraid to speak out when people are enacting all of this foolishness live and in living color, they can get away with it because most people are just going to they just gonna explode after. They're gonna take to TikTok or they're gonna take to the socials and complain about it after. Very few people, unless they on that type of time, are actually going to stand up and speak up and say something in the moment. And when nobody says nothing, the behavior doesn't get corrected. And again, I really believe, especially when it comes to these younger generations, it is their mentality as they move through life as individuals. It doesn't even matter that it's a movie theater. It could be anywhere, and they're going to bring that same energy. And I solely believe it's because of how entitled they are and the fact that they didn't get whoopings. I mean, when you speak to most of these young kids nowadays, they'll laugh at you. They'll laugh at you if you even imply that somebody whooped them growing up. And that's the reason why they don't know how to act when they get out in public, when they're interacting with adults, because they ain't got no home training. They ain't never had to endure a lesson when you get out of line, when you are disrespectful to adults, when you do not act with the proper etiquette in a restaurant or out in public or in a movie theater. They don't have the sense of consequences to their actions because their parents just gave them a little slap on the wrist, or they gave them a little talking to, or they put Tommy in timeout and, you better go over there and not say a word. When Tommy and everybody else needed to get a whooping. They needed to get spanked. They needed to get put in a place. That's one of the biggest issues, I believe, at the heart of what we're seeing here. But this movie etiquette thing is something that definitely needs to change. Otherwise, more than likely, man, people are going to start saying, hey, forget the movies, man. I just wait until whenever. Or they going to wait until it come out on streaming, or they going to wait until the movie been out a while and the big crowds, they ain't got to deal with them. Or you're going to see an uproar of a lot of people starting to stand up and speak out against all of this behavior. And hopefully we can start to see it corrected. But I want to know your thoughts. Have you experienced anything like this recently at the movie? What's your take? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.